Alright guys, it's Saturday, I'm editing this video. I forgot to talk about the giveaway, so real quick, got a giveaway going on, giving away either a turbo or a nitrous system, your choice if you win 78mm turbo or a complete nitrous system, bottle, solenoids, line, everything and all. You can have all that. If you win, all you have to do to get entered in the giveaway is go down to the description below and order any item on the LS Nasty store. Gets you one entry. So you get one hat, that's one entry. You get two hats, that's two entries. You get a hat and a shirt, that's two entries. I got some stuff on sale. I got some new hats. I got some new shirts. I got some beanies. I got some toboggans. I got a bunch of stuff on there, so go and check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Starting to work. Just because I start filming, you got to get ready like you're working. Yeah, man. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you can't tell, we're over here at BPF, home of the hookbook Jesus. What are you doing today? Are you making cars hook up?
Not today.
No?
Not today. It's a little too wet for all that, so we're back on the Silverback now. So
all right.
Starting on the
making
system.
Making some progress. You already got the cage done? We talked about that last time we were here.
Cage is all done. So now back on the turbo system, we should be done. I'm hoping by the end of next week.
Okay.
So then we can get it back over to LS Nasty Shop. And
then what do we have to do? Really, just like hook up the wiring and plumbing for the radiator.
The wiring. We'll have to order. I'll probably get a radiator ordered first of next week. So we'll do that. Plumb it. So I'm assuming I'll probably be back up there next week.
Oh,
at some point.
Whoa.
My second home away from home. But then, wire it and, check everything over.
Now, you actually called me down here. You said, hey, John, are you free today? And I said I was. You need me to weld some stuff up for you.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about some of it. I knew that you were the man for the job. So
only the tops, though. I can't weld the bottom of anything.
The bottom,
because it looks atrocious. But, hey, you asked me, you said if I made any progress on the Zoomies, and the answer is no. Well, actually, I think I worked one day while you weren't there.
So
I got them.
Y'all all see the Zoomies will be just like they are until I make a trip back up.
That's false.
Especially now, if he knows that I'm here, that I'm gonna be there next week, then he'll wait.
All right. Well, before you actually do anything productive, let's talk about what you've done so far. Because last time I was here, turbo kit wise, the only thing you had done was you had the turbos mounted, and I think you had the front bumper on. So now that the front bumper's off, you could really see what we got going on. These holes are actually not for the turbos. People probably at home are like, oh. You're running 4 sets of turbos, but
I showed a couple pictures. I hadn't cut them down, but these actually, when the intercooler's not in the way, we can cut those, and that actually fits right through there, and that will actually V-band until the intercooler.
So this is twin turbo stuff. Yeah. We got an intercooler that's set up for it's a dual core. It's a shear fab intercooler. So there's some badass intercooler stuff here. And the first thing you do is you start cutting ends off of it.
Yeah. I cut the ends off, and I'm fixing to taper it back so that way when it forces air into it, it's not, it doesn't have little corners here, so it'll kind of push back into there. So I'll blind that off. And
so originally the inlet for each side was coming in there. You're going to block that off and cut that, and you're going to have them going right in and kind of disperse the boost this way. And this looks really good. So
and your water lines, so we've got enough room on each side to put our fittings, and we can run the water lines and tie them back in, back behind. So, and I got the hot side. I got it all tacked in.
Very simple.
Well, so,
very simple.
Yeah.
I say simple. It's complex and simple at the same time because you got to be very precise. But it's not big, long, sweeping bends and a big turbo kit like you did on the Black Sheep.
No, this one, everything's it's so compact with the frame and stuff. Which we're limited on space, so that's the biggest key now is to try to keep it out of as close to the frame rails as possible. Because we're gonna have to have a custom radiator built to go in right here. It'll actually lay right under the intercooler.
So it will have a decent amount of room, actually.
Yeah.
It's gonna be slanted back pretty far.
Yeah, it'll be slanted back, and I'll probably put the fan on the bottom and have it suck air through off the ground.
You prefer to have them suck instead of blow?
That's right.
Okay. We got what looks to be off of an early 90s LT1 water pump, but it's actually not. It's for an LS.
The good thing is though, it's pretty low profile.
A lot of people ask about them. They work. They're like a cheaper water pump, but I mean they're compact and they work well. I mean
they work, and like I said, it's compact, so it'll be really good for what we have going on here. So yeah, I mean that's where we're at now. I'll finish piping into the intercooler through these pipes, and once I get that and get it V-banded, I'll finish welding all this stuff out, and then I'll go back to the hot side, weld that out, put the wastegates in, and then I'll run the exhaust out the back. And
now,
really that's
wastegate wise, on the hot side, extremely small. What do you have in mind? So they're twin, I think like 40 millimeter wastegates, similar to what I have on the cow. But position-wise, I hear that a lot. I see it a lot on the internet. How important is positioning of the wastegates? And on something like this, where do you feel a good spot would be?
To me, they're probably gonna be off the bottom side, like right here. I'll just kind of sweep it off and just point them straight down. So they'll kind of sit probably right in this way, you know, right off the back of this exhaust. So you got to keep them up far enough. This is the lowest point. We can't go any lower than that.
So if you wheeling come down, is the first thing that's going to make contact going to be the turbo?
Yeah, unless it gets BPF skids on it.
Well, it sounds like you're making some skids for it.
So, but you know, I've always tried to keep them real close to the turbo. In this situation, you know, I should still be able to do it. So, like I said, they're small. They're not really big.
Close to the turbo, and you don't like to run a dump tube on them.
Yeah, I don't run any dump tubes on them. Because usually most of the ones I put on there are fairly close to the ground, if possible, or I'll have them blowing where it's just an open area.
Like the blowhole setup on the cow. That works well. So far, since you've touched my car, it's just broken every time it went to the track, but we're not going to discuss that.
It's broke way more times before I changed it.
Wait, here's the real question. Are you coming to Cletus and Cars with us? Down to Florida? Bradenton?
Of course.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Another vacation.
That's how he does me. He catches me on camera and does this stuff.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty slick there. So, I mean, really, when you put the grill on, these are kind of sitting right at the corner of the grill. So, I mean, that radiator...
Yeah, all this is open. I mean, like you said, this is actually come up in here like that. So, the only thing that's stopping it from going all the way through, of course, is the intercooler right a second. But they both go in like that, and it sits right up to the bumper. So, all this area will, I mean, it's just...
So flow-wise, it should, because Corvettes are known to, I mean, they don't really have good airflow.
Yeah.
So this should actually be a real deal good working setup for a street car.
Yeah, definitely. And especially with it being on E85, I mean, we're definitely going to be in really good shape.
Well, that works. We got those Flowtech headers on there. God, you love those. They make your life so easy.
I love them.
We'll leave the header building up to myself. You can do the turbo kit stuff. Don't tell Wes, but what I have in mind, he wants you to do a turbo kit. I think we're going to have him bring his car down here, and then I'll just come down here. And I'll give it a shot. Listen, Zoomies so far, I'd give him like a 7 out of 10. I'm going to try out my turbo kit building stuff on Wes's car, and we'll just tell him you did it.
There you go.
So if it's bad, just be like, Wes, I was drunk the whole time I did it, you know. And
okay.
But all right, that should be pretty good. And hey, if you're gonna have this thing completed by the end of next week, that's some serious work.
Yes, definitely. It'll be done by the end of next week.
So when I'm not here distracting you, you're actually getting work done.
Yeah. So Chris, it's thanks to him.
It's my fault. So that's pretty good. And hey, look at this. I've never talked about this. We get a lot of stuff from Race Parts Solution. I think like this reducer is from them. All of our aluminum's from them.
Aluminum, every bit of the aluminum. I mean, I use all their aluminum on every turbo system I do. It's top-notch stuff. Customer service there is great. I mean, I've never had an issue.
And they make some badass pieces. Like what is this thing? This is like their, what do they call it? A Vengeance clamp or something?
Yeah. So I mean, it just pops out and then swing it up. And plus, the other thing I like is it's got a little bit of give in it.
And it still seals.
Yeah, and it still seals.
That's pretty nice. So check out the guys at Race Parts. We use all their stuff. You see in the backgrounds of videos, all the aluminum we have laying around. We get it from them. Our stainless we get at a local company that everyone is so butthurt. I won't give their name away. But
it's a wholesale deal, so I mean, you can't just...
I have an account there. Yeah. So I tell them and they'd be like, sorry, I can't sell to you.
If they wanted buying the bulk that we did, good luck. So.
But that's pretty much that's an update what we got going on with the Silverback. I mean, it looks pretty slick. I'd say the turbo kit, you know what? It's pretty decent. It looks all right. You're not too bad for your third.
Man. That's all that matters.
Not too bad for your third turbo kit ever.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see this thing ripping. This is our only twin turbo car that we got in our fleet, and it's definitely unique.
Yeah,
so
right now.
No, I think we're done. I'm done. I'm tapped out. I can't deal another project. We still got the Colorado to do.
Are we gonna twin Wes's? What's it going?
I literally just said that. Yep, Wes is getting twin turbos.
See, Wes. I'm looking out for you, buddy.
Well, one thing I do want to mention, because I don't say it enough, and we don't see it a lot, is the TRZ front end kit. Absolutely awesome. I know you like it, definitely.
I do, man. It frees up a lot of room. If it wasn't for that kit, the exhaust would be hell on me. But with it open in between the K member and stuff, it's just gives me enough room to run the exhaust back like it is and not limit the steering on the car, because if it wasn't for that, I was gonna have to run it outside the frame and then back in, and it probably would have rubbed if you'd have turned real hard. So now, the way I'm doing it now, you'll still have all steering ability you have from factory.
A true unmolested street car.
Yes.
So shout out to TRZ, check those guys out. I know Wes gets a lot of stuff for the G-Body stuff. We got a bunch of stuff for the G-Body, F-Body, and the Corvette, so they got everything. We got the manual rack kit along with their Outlaw front end kit for the C6 Corvette, and we're going to wrap it up with some Mensers. And then this thing should make plenty of power with TKM motor in there, and then it'll hook up on some Mensers with some BPF, you know, adjusting, and then pow, right there, 390s all day, street car.